castle of cards on the side of Teodor. Not playing Labyrinth of the Silver Castle, but I wanted to say a similar strategy, but not really, if I'm being completely real here. Edgar is going to start, and even though Sky Striker is not the worst deck to go second with, uninterrupted Mitsurugi Ryzeal combo, that's kind of something, isn't it?
Would you still go first one, even if you know that you play against Sky Strikers? Or
Yes.
would you let them go
Yes.
first?
I mean, Sky Striker is not necessarily this full breaker deck, right? It's just breaks.
Not anymore, not anymore. It used to be completely only that, but it's really changed what it can do. And there's Joel Lockwood and Edgar staring into the camera there, realizing what happened there to him. That is the card he was hoping not to see. But Teodor confidently falling into his chair there, knowing that this is a very good answer to the Mitsurugi Ryzeal deck.
Yes, and now they are just first clarifying that the Drowned Lockbird does resolve. Edgar is now committing into a ritual summon with the Mitsurugi Ritual, which is going to resolve in actually technically losing a card there. Usually it's plus 10, or actually not really, because you can just send the Kusanagi or tribute Kusanagi and maybe a Night Sword Serpent. Is Edgar running Night Sword Serpent though?
Edgar has decided to run that Night Sword Serpent. Edgar actually has made the decision, very contrarian to some of our other national champions, to take a full 180 and go to a completely different deck than what he qualified with at his Portuguese national championship. We saw, for example, Öcanos Yildiz winning the national championship in Germany and then still being with the Blue Eyes deck. Edgar won the Portuguese national championship with White Forest of all decks, and is now onto a completely different path though.
Another deck that loses to Droll though.
That he cannot lose, that's true.
But I really love the fact that he has included Serpent in order to play around Droll in situations like this.
But is he also playing a Fiendsmith package? Because if he isn't, then this Habakiri and the Night Sword Serpent, they're not really adding a lot to the field right now, or to the strategy in total. We're getting rid of the Habakiri.
That's a tribute summon!
And Graver is crazy!
Leo, yes, we are playing Fiendsmith cards, as you now have the answer there. And you know what's even crazy? I mean, if we weren't under Joel, that Engraver tribute summon would also be so hilarious, because it would absolutely just trigger the Habakiri, right?
Yeah, that's true. Tributing those ritual monsters actually does a lot. Engraver now sitting on the field. Next question is, how many other cards are we playing? Are we playing just the Engraver? Because technically that is enough for some comboing. Are we playing a Lacrima as well, maybe Sanct?
I mean, way to...
Oh! Nibiru, the primal being, making sure that that Engraver stays the only light fiend in the graveyard. And I think Edgar not even deciding to chain the Murakumo there, interestingly enough. So, of course, Teodor could have countered that by just sending the nip from his hand.
That's smart. That's super smart, because you want him to not have the Nibiru
probably.
in the graveyard.
To be honest, this is a very cool interaction that Ameno can activate the effect into the Nib, but you can also send Nibiru into the graveyard and resolve as much as it can to tribute every face-up monster on the field to the graveyard, but it will not be summoned or summon a token.
And I mean, Leo, I'm not even that sure anymore. The modern version of Sky Striker, sure, you are still having Engage where you need an empty main monster zone for, but you also are playing just a decent amount of monsters nowadays, so any normal summon here can just turn into a Link 2, and then that might be good. And we do have the best normal summon of the Sky Striker deck! The almighty, the all-beloved Sky Striker Ace Ray!
And to be honest, Edgar probably that was the reason why he chose not to activate Ameno effect, in order to let Teodor have a monster on the main monster zone in order to play around possibly and engage.
And now you can go into a Link 2 here. You can either go into Azalea to get rid of the token immediately, but I can't really recommend
No,
that.
because
it
it
would send itself to
destroy
graveyard, right?
herself also, yes.
Yeah, but
Zeke,
works here. You get rid of the token, doesn't get banished, and now you can just Link climb down, actually, if you want.
If you want, but it looked like we may just try to move into the battle phase here eventually, or not. What's this that we're trying to activate here? Oh, we're not sure. It's certainly a spell card. Is it just our all-beloved Sky Striker, Mobilize, Engage? I'm hoping for that card.
I mean, this is an open field here for a Sky Striker deck. This could very well be an OTK, even though Teodor is taking quite some time for this turn. He's going to attack for 1,500. The question is, does he have a linkage in hand? That would spell disaster for Edgar.
That will be the card he needs. What are we going to send here? Engage is being sent to the graveyard. So worst case scenario, we can just in main phase 2 add that back to the hand with Kagaru. We are in the main phase 2 now, and I'm saying worst case scenario, but it's a pretty good scenario still, to be fair, for Teodor, because he gets set up in a pretty decent way here.
Do it, Teodor. Do it. Activate it. We want to see it. There is Sky Striker. Mobilize, engage.
Everyone at home and also everyone in the venue, please
Rise
mobilize
up.
yourself. Yes, that is the card that is so exciting and so amazing.
To be honest, at this point he can also send Anchor to the graveyard in order to play a potential as Blossom or even Droll and Lockbird, because he doesn't have 3 spells in the graveyard.
True, true, but now the Hornet drones will bring out another token. Teodor still not seeing any response. Link summon 2, and of course that is the new card. The new card that really brought the power level of this deck up so much again. That is Sky Striker Ace 0. And he wants to leave Edgar here 0 chance to win this game.
I mean, this is the card exactly that Sky Striker wanted in order to play in the current meta.
This is absurd. Search for engage. Like how? That is not even real. And we give it up. Teodor is our game 1 winner. Sky Striker more and more going to the direction of possibly qualifying to the World Championship.
Teddy, chill. This is insane. Sky Striker. He's also such a fast player with the deck. In the last backup feature match, you could really see that he knows what he is doing with that deck. Just 2 minutes on the clock for fast sportsmanship. Was really rushing through all the motions. Perfectly played every single thing. And I mean, Sky Striker A0 doesn't only give you a Sky Striker Mobilize Engage, it also gives you the opponent to interrupt your opponent multiple times on the opposing turn, because you can, of course, tribute it on the opposing turn to special summon out Ray and Rose and destroy a card on the opposing side. And if you have my personal favorite new card, Sky Striker Maneuver Lemnis Gate, in your graveyard already, you can also still go into either Zeke or Azalea Temperance on the opposing turn.
Very, very true. Now that these 2 duelists are side decking. Who strikes first here? Is it Teodor with a Sky Striker deck, or can Edgar this time dodge the odd effect or the effect
that was,
of Droll and Lockbird?
That was a disaster here, Teodor, just flipping over cards that are decent information for Edgar.
Yeah, I was also thrown off by that. I couldn't even finish my own sentence anymore. But seems like we're all set now to start this second game off.
You're never getting to shuffle back those cards. It's a valid question to ask the judge what is happening now, but I think this is your starting hand. If you are throwing your cards around the table, then that is your own fault.
I have said a lot of times, when you play in the top cut, you are so close to the golden ticket to the walls. You are anxious, and obviously Teodor is happy that he has won the game 1, and he was
and Edgar!
Hey, Edgar again with the stare into the camera, staring at that Droll and Lockbird again. Edgar was able to overcome all the Droll and Lockbirds at his own national championship, but now Teodor back-to-back games with it.
And Nebular Primal Being is not a great card against the Mitsurugi strategy specifically. However, if you're not able to add cards from your deck to your hand, then
the Serpent was in the hand, so we have to tribute it from there. That's even less resources we have. And I mean, we are absolutely just not getting those resources back because of the Droll and Lockbird cards getting lower and lower and lower here for Edgar. Now the Ritual again.
I mean, at this point, we're even discarding the Habakiri from hand. This is going to be the 4th summon here now. At this point, Teodor is already hovering. Says, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to pass, bro?
I mean, it's a common secret between all of us now that Teodor has the Nibiru in the hand, to be honest.
I think that's not the biggest secret anymore. You're completely right there. But this card is still... Wow, Edgar is committing into it.
He's doing it. We are Link summoning. I think we're trying to go into our Fiends with Engine here. And Teodor might just be like, hey, how about I just activate that card that is very much there, Nibiru, the Primal Being, even though we all saw the crowd is going wild. And we do chain Murakumo, and that is a Vespa! Teodor is in top 8 with Sky Strikers!
Didn't even have to.
Hi Teodor, and congratulations for making it all the way into the top 8. What an incredible show. You've had the backup future match for game 3, and now again you're starting to become the crowd favorite by far. Congratulations. How do you feel?
Thank you. I didn't expect to come so far. I prepared it a bit, but maybe made to top, but not like to come so far. But I think I will make it straight to the finals.
Nice. Okay, we will love to hear it, and obviously you want to have your goals and your eyes, on the trophy. But one more match can send you to Paris.
Yes.
So obviously we gotta stay focused and on that. Before we jump into the match, there has been a roller coaster of emotions. Why Sky Striker?
The people from my locals know that I play this year these decks since it came out. It's in 2018.
Okay.
And now it got support. It's a good support deck.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Must have been a pretty good day. I get it. I also used to play around with the deck a lot back in the day, and it's definitely quite enjoyable, very unique even in the field, especially today. How has the tournament been for you? Have you had some very tough matches to come on top?
Yes, like against Malice, if you don't see any end trap, then it's over, obviously. But so far, I try to.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Yeah.
Absolutely. And speaking of end traps, I think we can show the first long, highlight of your match, because it was unbelievable. So your opponent obviously goes first. You do get that draw and lock bird, and he goes to style a little bit with his normal summon. But what were you thinking right there with that Nibiru in hand?
I was thinking like. Perfect.
Fair enough. And yeah, as you can see here, you play this slowly, but you decided to include those cards for a reason. What was behind your, end traps choice?
So the thing about Sky Striker is that you are not pushing as much as the other decks, and if I main deck Charmis, then I might not survive because I cannot activate them immediately.
Absolutely.
And I want to set some cards like Widow Anchor and stuff to try to keep it alive. So that's why I played like value hand traps that can break, that can slow the combo or make for them to make a half combo, so I can break through. And that's good. Sky Striker is good to half boards. That's why.
Absolutely, and I would say this is a pretty good pair of friends that we have seen here with the Drollenlock and Nibiru in game 1. And spoiler alert for anyone who might have blinked and missed game 2, I think we can see a pretty good repeat of that, because. I love your opponent's facial expression, by the way, just looking into the camera and, being like, okay, Droll is there. You had a bit of emotions when you were drawing your first cards. We saw you were, flipping over some information for your opponent, but I mean, what were you feeling once again in these moments where you had the same end? It's so good.
It's good.
It's good, right? And again, we saw your opponent trying to play it out. He knew about the information, by the way, because you revealed it. But still, let's see it one more time. This Nibiru coming. And honestly, we thought he just wanted to wait it out a little bit, but no. Given the importance of this match, he just extended the fist bump, and you got it. I mean, what is there to say? Top 8 with Sky Striker in 2025. You are the hero we all, we're waiting for to come and shine. So we'll obviously want to wish you best of luck moving forward. You'll have the chance to have your own little interview with Dad since we are going to do the top 8 duelists. And then hopefully we'll see you in action again where you'll have your chance to go to Paris.
Thank you.
Thank you again for being with us, and we'll wish you once more best of luck. But now, given how short and dominating his victory was, we might have a chance to jump back into action for the backup future. So let's go back to the table.
Hace mucho tiempo, cuando las pirámides eran grandes, los reyes egipcios cuidaban